The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're going to test and inspect the Shallow Sport 25X3 powered by an Evernood E-TEC G2 300 horsepower outboard. Let's see how she performs and give her a good inspection. The main feature of this multi-hull design is that her triple sponson smooth out chop on open water, plus make the boat extremely stable at rest. The interior can easily accommodate several anglers with all their gear. One look at this boat shows there's no mistaking that she's a serious fishing machine. Running in heavy bay chop, the tunnels never bottomed out. Turns were flat with just a slight lean inwards, and there was no slide. From idle, the boat planed off with very little bow rise. At rest, the hull was incredibly stable. The Shallow Sport 25X3 has a maximum horsepower rating of 300, which was how our test boat was powered. The E-TEC G2 300 Evernood has a 25-inch shaft and a gear ratio of 1.85 to 1. It was propped with a 15-inch diameter by 18-inch pitch, 4-blade stainless steel propeller. With 74 gallons of fuel on board, our test boat weighed an estimated 3,901 pounds. We recorded a top speed of 46.5 miles per hour at 5,700 RPM. Best cruise came in at 4,000 RPM, where the boat ran 26.6 miles per hour, burned 9.4 gallons per hour, getting 2.8 miles per gallon, and a range of 202 statute miles, with a 10% reserve of the boat's 80-gallon fuel capacity held back. Some of that efficiency is achieved by the sleek SLX gear case, which has a hydrodynamic design that produces less drag without sacrificing speed and acceleration. In acceleration tests, we went from 0 to 20 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds and to 30 miles per hour in 7.5 seconds. Now, let's give the Shallow Sports 25X3 a thorough inspection. Starting at the bow, the 9-foot beam carries forward, which equates to a large deck that several fishermen can fish from at the same time. The deck is also recessed to form a tow rail. Shallow Sport chose to use a webbed interior finish, even though the liner is a molded part complete with anti-skid and molded hatches. Below the 4 molded fiberglass hatches are an anchor locker and 3 dry storage areas. Deep drain channels and rubber gaskets help keep water out and gear dry. The forward seat of the center console is a high-tech cooler with a padded seat cushion. It's securely held in place by a welded aluminum rack. The multi-level center console has 2 flat areas with molded-in fiddles. The dash has enough room for a modest-sized, flush-mounted multifunction display. At the base of the console is an aluminum bar to lock your feet under at high speed. The center console is narrow with the steering wheel mounted almost dead center. All Evernood E-TEC G2 engines come with standard digital throttle, and we can report that it has operated smoothly in all of our tests. Attached to the left side of the helm under the stainless steel destroyer steering wheel is the control for the hydraulic jack plate. The optional aluminum T-top was powder coated and actually provides additional lift for the hull, adding to the boat's efficiency. On the underside of the top is an electronics box. On both sides of the console are matching powder coated aluminum rod holders. The console and helm seat are mounted on top of an optional fiberglass riser. A console riser gives a better vantage point for seeing down into the water. This is especially useful when navigating in the flats. Plus, being higher in the boat, the ride is much drier with less chance of any spray getting passengers wet. Hatches on the sides of the riser open to additional dry storage. The helm seat is a simple leaner with a backrest. It has folding armrest, and the seat is deep enough to sit all the way back on. Below the seat is a pair of folding footrests. The back of the helm has 6 rocket launcher style rod holders as well as a pair of cup holders. The aft portion of the riser includes an additional cooler and a 42-gallon live well. A cushion in the live well hatch serves as cockpit seating. The stern casting deck includes a center-mounted 42-gallon live well flanked by port and starboard compartments for dry storage and systems access. The deck has an extreme pitch to drain water quickly out of the large cockpit scuppers. The hull extends past the transom to form a pocket. The additional displacement helps the boat float shallower, and by moving the thrust of the outboard forward of the stern, the hull will plane off quicker with minimal bow rise. The hydraulic jack plate can raise the motor without starving it for water because of the dual water inlets that come standard on Evernood's SLX gear case. Trimming the engine out of the water reveals an aftermarket anti-cavitation plate bolted to the outboard's lower unit. This allows the outboard to run above the bottom of the hull to have a 6-inch draft while underway. This boat has a remarkably large forward casting deck and is designed for skinny water, bayous, swamps, and protected water for casting with rods or nets. And that's my full inspection and sea trial of the 25X3 from Shallow Sport, powered by the Evernood E-TEC G2 300. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.